there, it's Anonymous Tea, where we spill the tea anonymously. Hello, 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 everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today, sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending blessings, and good energy to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. So today we're talking Love and Marriage Huntsville / Love and Marriage DC. Y'all know why y'all here. Anything I say is alleged, and in my personal opinion, this is for entertainment purposes only. None of this is personal, you guys. However, Monique from Real Housewives of Potomac and formerly Love and Marriage DC did want to talk about her personal experience with Carlos King. And that is why you're here, because this is the second former cast member of Love and Marriage DC that is exposing Carlos King, that is putting Carlos King on blast. She doesn't say his name in this interview. She refers to him as quote unquote the producer, but everybody knows who she's talking about, right? And there were some interesting tidbits. We're just going to focus in on the Huntsville and DC component of this, but it's very interesting. So a couple of interesting things that I found. One was that apparently Love and Marriage DC was supposed to be its own show, was supposed to be its own entity, was supposed to be, its own concept, its own, exposure of the glitz, the glamour, the DMV, and everything else in Black excellence in DC. And something happened, you guys, where Carlos King, because again, there is never an original idea, right? So he thinks, okay, this can be my Housewives moment where we can just franchise out of Huntsville. And basically that's what happened, is he wanted to use Huntsville as the vehicle, as the umbrella to open the door for Love and Marriage DC. And also, Monique said there was tension because people were upset that she left Bravo for O. So now I'm wondering if Monique would ever go back to Bravo, if she would ever go back to Potomac. That would be very interesting, because now she's taking accountability for the fight, and some other things, right? So let's talk about it, you guys. Basically, Monique was recruited by Carlos King, which we know, right? But Carlos King basically sold Monique a dream, you guys. Carlos King filled Monique's head with lies, you guys. Basically pulled her in using the black card, using I'm a black producer, you're a black reality star, you were just on a major show on a white network, on a white platform, they didn't do you how you needed to be done, they didn't treat you right, they didn't value you, they didn't honor you, but come over to me and own. We're going to take care of you. We are going to treat you like you matter. We are going to make you the priority. Except for Carlos King left out, the priority was going to be making sure that we saw the worst of you, even worse than the fight on Real Housewives of Potomac. Make it make sense. So nonetheless, basically when it was all said and done, Monique realized, she was like, this show, Love and Marriage DC, did me worse than the white show did. And like I said, her last season, of course, was the fight with Candace. So the fact that she is even saying that it is more out of control on OWN, it is more out of control with Carlos King, should tell you everything you need to know, you guys. She literally calls this the Love and Marriage DC, her experience, her one and done season that they centered the entire show about, she called it her greatest nightmare. Her greatest nightmare, you guys. And like I said, she has dealt with some crap on Real Housewives of Potomac. She's dealt with some interesting characters and production companies and all these things, right? And she is saying this was the worst. She is saying the experience with the Carlos King Kingdom Reign
entertainment umbrella is full of nonsense, is full of toxicity, is full of shenanigans, is full of crap, and the pay is not even worth it to stick around. So then, Monique, she was, thinking, she was kind of shocked at how her portrayal was on the show, because she said that the show, when they did all the promo, you guys remember the promo, it was all like, you're gonna see Monique and how real she is, and how pure she is, how genuine she is, and everybody thought we were gonna see, this loving Monique, this family, like everything was gonna just be, she was a great friend to everybody. We were just going to see all of this, but all the scenes pretty much was her getting into it. And so Monique said a, trick that production does, which we've exposed, is they will always show you when you've escalated or you've reacted to something somebody said or did, and you're already animated, you're already frustrated, you're already upset. But they never show any of the gaslighting. They never show what was said by the other person or what the situation was that led up to that, which is what also, I believe Marquez said in the interview with Dr. Heavenly and Carlos King, correct? When he had said that, the edit kind of changes things, and Carlos King had lost his mind. And he was like, there's no such thing as editing on my show, right? But basically Monique said that there was. Right? And that pretty much every single scene she was in, and she was like, y'all couldn't wait till the second season to have me looking crazy like this. Like, I thought y'all were gonna do me right. I thought, pro-black, black excellence, black people stick together, right? Where black people work with each other, keep each other employed, and da-da-da-da-da, right? So then, Monique, also another comparison, you guys, was, she said that the show did not show, obviously, anything real about, they just really kind of highlighted a lot of her problems with her marriage, but they didn't show a lot of her real and raw, authentic moments. And it didn't help matters because, her ex-husband, Chris, he's a little bit more mild-mannered and quiet. So it's always just going to seem as though Monique's always yelling at him, right? Which is basically what Carlos King wanted to portray. She talked about as well that the show is unorganized, both on and off camera. Who's shocked, you guys? Who is shocked that it is completely a hot mess? That there is no professionalism, you guys. There is no leadership, you guys. Everybody is running around with a chicken with their heads cut off. That's basically what I took it as. So, nonetheless, and Monique basically was like, listen, I have no problem being open on reality TV. That's not the issue, but what you're not going to do is just paint me as an angry black woman and think I'm going to stick around for it. Another comparison, you guys, was Monique basically said that she casted and basically produced the first season of the show. Similar to Mel. Basically, Carlos King sold Monique this dream that this was going to be her baby, that this was going to be her show, and, told her that she could have whoever she wanted on the show, whatever couples, that this was going to be all about her. The same dream that was sold to Mel. This is your show. Please bring us, other couples, and we can show black excellence and blah, blah, blah. And nonetheless, Monique said that she also was the person behind the Go-Go intro. She felt that you cannot do a DC show and not have the Go-Go intro. She said that was all Monique. She said that regarding the cast, similar to Mel, some people were grateful and some people were not. And she wouldn't throw anybody under the bus. But if you've been paying attention, you can kind of tell Who really wants to be famous? Who really is desperate for the attention, you guys? And basically, she said you can differentiate at this point, you know, who really appreciated Monique for this opportunity and who is still trying to chase that limelight, is still trying to be famous, is still trying to get that notoriety and get noticed by people, right? And so, and what a comparison from Mel, from all the people that she helped get on this show. No, the people don't have to bow down to her every single day and tell her, thank you, Mel, for you know, for this. But literally every single person that she personally recruited for this show has all turned on her, treats her as if she doesn't exist, which is why people give the Mariah Huq comparisons, because it is the same thing. Where these same people that were real friends in real lives, knew each other's families in real lives, helped each other out in their time of need, and then the moment an opportunity to become reality TV famous presents itself, you pretend at first that everything's going to be on the up and up until, like I said, people start to feel themselves once they get that reaction on social media on who likes them and who hates them, and then they start to switch it up on camera. They start to switch up who they're friends with and switch up who they want to be against for more followers, for more attention, and all of the things. And this cast thought, oh wow, let's all gang up on one person, because then it's going to make us look like the bad guy, or us look like the good guys, and them look like the bad guy, right? But it's so crazy to me, and I cannot wait to see what Winter has to say about this, what Winter's review, because I know she is going to watch this, and I cannot wait to hear what she has to say. So Carlos King, while you are busy trying to gaslight the fans of Love and Marriage Huntsville, you're busy to gaslight the Melimeters and Mel supporters, and you're trying to blame fans for the reason when Tiffany said that it was due to postpartum depression that she actually left the show. It wasn't the fans. When Stormy basically said the show didn't pay enough for her to stick around and that there was issues on the show, but you want to just, keep it to the isolated incident that happened. But no. It didn't land the way that Stormy wanted it to. And she felt that she couldn't stay to face the music and to face whatever consequences were going to come with whatever. So nonetheless, she basically quit, right? But, at what point, Carlos, do you stop this madness? Like, of course, obviously, the Black reality stars that you're friends with in real life who have not had to experience, being produced under you and dealing with all of this nonsense, they're going to think you're the greatest ever. They're going to think, oh, wow, you have these shows on OWN, all of it, it's popping. And Monique probably thought the same thing. You were on Housewives of Atlanta. At the time, that was like one of the top shows on Bravo and everything else. And now you know Carlos King and how he runs his production company up close and personal, and you realize it is nothing but chaos. It is nothing but a disaster. It is nothing but dysfunctional. It is nothing but crazy. And Monique said, y'all already have me out here wide open, looking a hot mess, looking like a fool. And you think I'm going to come back another season and the pay's not even a fraction of what I was making at Bravo to even put up with this foolishness? And y'all did me worse than the white people at Bravo that you like to do the comparisons of, Carlos? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. And then the interviewer asked Monique what the status was of Real Housewives of, or not Real Housewives, of Love and Marriage DC, right? Because last I heard, they were still trying to look for couples to film the show, right? Since a few cast members are no longer on the show. So again, Carlos King likes to treat Love and Marriage DC and Detroit like the redheaded stepchildren. And basically, remember when the cast exposed that Carlos King ignored them for a year? They were sending him text messages, they were sending him calls and all the things, trying to find out when the show was coming back, because when were they going to get a paycheck? And Carlos King was like, I don't know. I don't make the schedule, right? And then ushered in Detroit. So then by the time DC aired, we're looking at, over a year-old footage of things versus 3 to 6 months, which is usually the average of how far back you're looking at, some of the things that have happened. But this is talking about at least a year and counting when the show finally came back. And so, nonetheless, we have no idea what the status is of if and when Love and Marriage DC is going to come back. But at what point does Carlos King look in the mirror and say, I've got to do better? I did not treat these black women the way that they deserved. I exploited them. I, basically took their worst moments and made it the focus of the show. I, basically helped. And what's crazy is both Monique and both Mel were both married prior to engaging with Carlos King. And Monique was already a vet, right? But the fact that Carlos King, and you already have divorces with your stars of the shows, and one decided to leave, and the other person who is still on the show is basically attacked every season, is basically made the scapegoat and the reason for everything wrong in their lives. Like when is it going to stop? When are people going to be left alone? And this is the thing when people say you play favorites, Carlos, is because you can tell the people who are desperate for this show, who are desperate for the fame, who are desperate to be seen, who are willing to spread anything on camera if it's a lie, no matter how hurtful, no matter how disgusting the rumor is or the allegation is. If it's going to get them screen time and have them avoid telling their real truths, you're all about it. You'll do whatever to protect them. But what about the black women who are the stars of the show that continue to be unprotected? And make their husbands or ex-husbands look like they're all the victims here. That they're all being mistreated. That it's all the black woman's fault. No. That these are some deep-rooted issues that need to be addressed as to why you think that this formula is working. When all of these former employees, Carlos King, and even some of your current employees on Bell Collective and Love and Marriage Huntsville are calling you out. Are telling you that you don't show everything. And that people can pick and choose a narrative. Latrice laid it all out just Monday. She laid it all out. That there was something, another cast member did something so horrible that they should have been fired and they weren't. And Latrice aired out there that literally she's not going to speak out against any fans that do whatever to her castmates, because she said that you allowed these same castmates to lie on her, to gang up on her, to say anything on camera about her, not giving a crap about her business, not giving a crap about her family and her marriage and everything else, and she's supposed to just sit there and take it. And it has to get to the point, just like Mel, where she had to bring on her own friends on the show to stop the ambush, to stop the hate. And still, there's people who are still spreading all this hate against Mel, who have this weird obsession with her and cannot keep the vile and vitriol things about her out of their mouths to save themselves, you guys. And Mel has been on the mute challenge. And for Carlos King to do this on Mel's birthday was just disgusting. But I am glad Monique spoke out, because I knew she would at some point, especially after Winter did. And I cannot thank Monique enough, because Carlos King, if he had it his way, he would make you think that the talent's the issue. That the talent is the issue, and they just weren't, they weren't doing what they were supposed to do, or they were unprofessional, or whatever. No. You're the one who's unprofessional. You're the one that is creating a toxic work environment that is so unorganized, is so unsupervised, that nobody wants to stick around. But you had the audacity to blame the fans, the same fans who are blacking out of your shows. So there's that. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post new content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.